You're in the show, my friend. You're in the show.
Keepin' It Real with Rudi Lickwood, the topical interactive chat show where you may end up being one of the guests every Monday night, 8:30 p.m. tackling the week's major issues with special guests and you, the audience. Comedy with Rudi Lickwood. This event is brought to you by Comedy Hotspot. Don't forget, Keepin' It Real with Rudi Lickwood. This is an 18 certificate only.
Whoa, thanks everybody. Thanks for coming and joining me. My name is Rudi Lickwood. I'm keeping it real this week. You know me. My comedy is not about distraction, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. That's why the show is called Keeping It Real. Keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood, where we don't distract you. We don't avoid the issues here. And it's not all about tell us a joke, mate. Tell us a joke. No, it's about how us as Black British youth culturally get on with each other and just have a good time. Do you know what I mean? I've been having a rough time this week. I ain't going to lie. Technical difficulties. Every morning I do a show at 8:15 a.m. on the dot, ladies and gentlemen, on the dot. And the computer has been freezing out, to the point where this morning I had to write into the old box there to let everyone know what was going on. And I said to them, look, I'm having technical issues. Yeah. And my spell checker decided to put in there, I'm having testicle issues. So you can imagine, I was the butt of the joke. I've been the butt of the joke all morning. I couldn't go on my Facebook feed for the jokes that people were putting down there. It was disgusting. Anyway, listen, I hope you're going to join me. Right, I've got some special guests, as you know. Right, and I've had to search far and wide to introduce my first guest to you. She's known as the Duchess of Comedy, loved by everybody. Please welcome the one and only Duchess herself, Glenda Jackson.
I saw a fat girl the other day. I ain't got nothing against fat people because I'm one myself, yeah, kinda. And she was telling me about her brother fancy me. He's fat. I don't got a fat man. Ain't happening. Not gonna do it. No. No, not gonna happen. I went out with a fat guy when I was younger. We both had asthma. Jesus Christ. We were both trying to do a thing. We both had an asthma attack. We were dying. In the breath. We couldn't find our inhaler. He had the blue and I had the brown. We couldn't find it. So I'm trying to do the thing and he's trying to do it. I said, forget it. Let's go make a sangria brand. Let's go. Too much energy.
Too much energy. So please welcome Glenn. Look at her.
Oh, wrong way. Hello.
Yeah. Hello, Glenda. How you doing?
I'm all right, kind of.
Are you all right, girl? Yeah. I see you fix up your hair. You look nice. You made the effort.
Well, the cat had this here first.
Is it your cat had it?
The cat, yeah, everything's a toy.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah.
So you've got a cat then? You've actually got a cat?
I got a cat called Louis. Apparently, my husband named the cat Louis because the cat looked like one of his brethren.
Is it? He's got a cat. A cat look like one of his brethren, one of his mandem.
Can you imagine that man looking like a cat? I can't believe that. But anyway,
most men look like their dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Animals. I feel sorry for animals when it comes to especially when it comes to Black people because we don't buy them kitty cat. Do you know what I mean? Do you actually? What kind of food do you give your cat?
Well, I give my cat cat food, and my husband gives him anything.
That's what I'm saying. They're supposed to get leftovers.
No, my cat's a bit stuck up. She doesn't eat lamb.
Your cat don't eat lamb?
Don't eat lamb. Like proper tuna, people tuna and curry goat and jerk chicken and
Your cat will eat jerk chicken?
Absolutely.
Right. I can imagine licking itself after that jerk, man. Licking its paws up, man. Because our food is proper seasoned, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't eat seasoned food since 2007.
Why is
when
that?
I had because I had cancer. Anybody that don't know, I had cancer in my throat.
Right.
and it was growing aggressively. So
Mm.
they went at it with a chemo and radio together,
Uh-huh.
and it burned my saliva glands out. So I've
Whoa.
got no saliva. So I can taste. I don't taste. It so you need a saliva gland. So
Okay.
the pepper, yeah. So with that cancer, it's funny, whoever had cancer, it's funny because you get better. Some people are lucky. I kind of got better, but it left me with arthritis. It left me with rheumatosis. It left me with my left side is kind of like no life in it. And
Okay.
I have to have all. I have to have. If you can see the way I'm talking now, I have to
Mm.
have all my teeth taken out because of the chemo made the part here like that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they can't drill any teeth in because it'll just
Yeah, because some people get drilled in and then they get the teeth
yeah,
stitched up and
I
that.
can't do that. No,
Yeah, because I'm sometimes when I look at people when they've had their teeth done, do you know what I mean? It's like they're smiling all the time. Their teeth is perfect
mm,
white, and you know they say their teeth can't be perfect white, especially if they've been eating something
no.
like licorice. Like, how come your teeth is perfect white? No, can't
My
happen.
dad said to me, when you get your teeth, ask them to give you like an off white. I'm like, off
Yes,
because it matches the other one.
tasty.
Tasty, yeah, but so that's what it is. I kind of get a bit paranoid, but my kids say to me, which I love them going, my daughter-in-law and my husband and my
Uh,
mum, she's gone now, but they say things like, you know what, mum, you're going through cancer,
mhm.
you're going through a whole little thing. If teeth is the last thing, don't
Well,
worry about it. You can
I ain't
get
gonna
that in the
lie. I
shop.
ain't gonna lie. I
Okay.
mean, most men would rather not have teeth. You know, they'd rather woman not have teeth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't talk about that. My husband.
What?
I remember.
I know,
I remember.
I know, I know, I know. I just try to keep it real. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to keep it real. Some man them are very
He,
insensitive when it comes to them thing there, you know. But
he,
teeth is
he,
something,
he,
something I
he,
like really.
he, he said to me, I can't wait till they don't have no teeth in your mouth. Mm.
I know it's wrong. But how is the whole lockdown treating you, Glenda? How is it treating you, darling? You know,
Well,
because everyone's gone back to the shops today, innit? The shops are now
I've been going
open.
back for a long time. Come on
Did you
now.
go anyway?
Listen, I mask up, glove up, sweating behind the mask. I thought my face would be slim anyway, so much sweat I done. Um, Queued up. I'm good. I'm all right because I mean my belly alone is 2 feet, so I give them
Okay.
another 2 feet, so they can't say that I'm nowhere near them.
Innit?
Um,
Social distancing, social distancing. I've
oh,
got
I
my
give
own
them social
postcode.
distance,
I've
yeah.
got my
But
own postcode, if you don't mind. I'm
um,
liking that.
I'll tell you about this lockdown. It came. I don't like it. I think it's horrible. But my mum passed away on the 3rd of January,
Mm,
and I keep on getting emotional. But then I go, if she died around that time where they weren't letting no one go into the hospital, she died before that, before this
mm.
corona come out. So we
Okay.
we missed, yeah. So there's a good thing about it that she's not here to,
Yeah,
because she wouldn't understand. You want to
okay.
know why am I talking to her in the window?
Mm. And the
And
first,
then you
I
hear,
think, I think you got lucky in the sense that your mum passed away and you was actually able to go to her funeral.
oh my God! And
You
my
know.
mama gave me a list of things. She said I'm 90 years old and all my friends are dead, so I don't want
Mm.
to see none of your friends there. I'm like, you're not there, mum. Mm.
Oh God.
But yeah,
How
but
you doing, Denise? And how you doing, Paul Walsh? These are people who are checking in. I hope you
hi.
guys are going to be part of the chat. If you've got any questions that you'd like to ask Glenda Jackson, please do put them in the chat. All right, please do put them in the chat. So I think Denise
She
just
said
now
that's
said
what
that
happened to her.
that
Yeah, she
happened to
said that.
her.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. It's hard. Well, I don't know the cancer or the mum part. I don't know, but both of them. It's. I've had my mum for years and years and years. You know what I mean? So I'm getting. Then when this happened, the lockdown, it just made me more depressed for a while because you're
Mm,
not allowed out. And I used to
no,
walk past her house. I go and see my stepdad. My stepdad's there, and when you go in the house, you kind of.
something missing.
But I've got her here. She didn't. I've got her in the on the top of the wardrobe in the ashes up there.
Oh, so you got her in the urn.
What? What? She had talked to me every day. When I put someone here, I go, don't put that on. I'm like, oh, yeah. But yeah, I
Right.
got my humour from my mum. But yeah, but the lockdown is all right. I mean, me and my husband ain't killed each other, as you know, we're here.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
that's nice to know. But so when was the last gig that you did? Because I think you mentioned
Oh my
something about
God.
doing an Asian gig.
I'm doing this gig with Altaf. He's from Birmingham, his agent. Absolutely lovely, lovely guy, and it's opened up my eyes to doing another, other nation culture, and
Okay.
they welcomed me really great. I've had great times. I have a good time there. Altaf feeds you. You get some good dinner.
Well, that's you know what that's one thing that I find that with the Caribbean and the Asians
Mm.
when you do a show for them, they feed you. You understand? The green room is
No, no,
always
no.
full of
Yeah, not
brandy.
sandwich and
It's
things.
full of
Food.
not
Yes,
them because
food,
flimsy sandwich and then proper food, proper
food,
proper good
food.
food. You know. But
Yeah, but good. I'm having a great time.
so
But
it's good
I
because
miss my
I
I miss my granddaughter, but that's it. But the WhatsApp, we can talk to each other.
mm,
You know what I mean?
that's what the
Last time I
technology is
left her,
for.
she was like, Nana. Now she's talking. All right, Granny. I'm like, what the hell?
No, the kids
She's going.
they don't remain young for
Yeah.
too long,
No,
and
I kind of
they
miss
learn
that.
quick. They learn quick. I mean, my granddaughter, she's I mean, she's just about walking now. She's walking around the place, but
Mm.
she goes up to the television and swipes it. She goes up to the TV and she expects it
Yeah.
to do stuff. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And that's.
It's
But look at that though, Rude. They're into that. It's a bit sad
mm.
that they're into that. They got that much. She's got her own little eye thing, whatever you call it, a little whatever.
You
To
don't
walk
stick
somewhere
them
with a
in,
little.
you don't stick them in front of the iPhone and the laptops and make them just get on with it, do you? You
No,
actually
she's got that,
interact with
and
them.
then and no. Oh, I talk to that all the time. We have a great time. One thing about her parents, they give it to her when she was a baby, not baby, but in the pram to keep her quiet.
Thank you,
They take
Denise.
that. They don't. I've got half her. I've got everything. Jesus Christ, I
She's
love you,
lovely.
Denise. We got everything, mate.
So
Um,
let me just
they
tell
don't.
people
They don't do
a
that.
little bit. Let me just tell them a little bit about you because you started comedy doing when? When did you start comedy
Long,
roughly? How long has it been now?
long time.
How long have you been doing comedy, girl?
I don't
Yeah,
know. 20 years, 25,
you
30.
see, and you're one of the major stars on the black comedy circuit, and yet for all the mainstream doesn't know you for whatever
I don't care
reason.
now.
Yeah,
Don't care.
it reaches that point, and the thing is that we've had we've had stars and we've had people of high stature who for some reason the mainstream seems to ignore, and it's only with the things of like the lockdown that's taken place now that we're finding our own channels and our own ways of trying to communicate and get across to comedy audiences that the comedy spectrum is quite is a lot more colorful than what we've been seeing on ITV and BBC. I mean, you did Blouse
Yeah.
and Skirts, which was
I, tell you about that.
a topical black comedy show, which I starred it was Jeannie Yashere, Curtis Walker, Angela Marr used to sit. That was one of the writers behind the scripts and that, and it introduced a bunch of comedians. But I want to talk about that more with you a bit later on. But what I want to do is I want to go into my section, which I call Sketch of the Week. All right, because last week
Right.
I asked people to send me in clips and sketches that I feel that I should be showing on the show. And this week's clip was sent in by Katrina Maria Carr. All right,
Mm-hmm.
and let's just show them this image. Let's just show them this clip. I think it's a really, really funny clip.
Rail cards, please. Sorry, sir, you're going to have to turn that down. This is a quiet coach.
Bullshit!
Well, I'm very sorry to ruin your race war pre-drinks, but you can't listen to music in here.
What about Little Mix?
Well, I doubt you listen to Little Mix, because one of them is brown. Why don't you go and listen to some Macklemore and Coach D?
Because there's too many people who aren't white.
Right, well, this is a train to London, not a KKK Benga bus.
Move them out the way.
I would not move them out the way, thank you, Ludacris. Now, can I see your tickets, please?
I'm getting so fucking angry.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry, Mr. Robinson. What can I possibly bring you to make it better?
The sculpture of a naked boy being held by a man. What is going on?
This isn't valid. It's an old person's rail card. How old are you?
300 years old.
Oh, right. And what was invented in 1702?
White privilege.
I suppose that's probably true, to be fair. Anyway, so I'm going to have to call the police.
Oh, man,
Cheer up, you look like you've seen a ghost. Reminds me of that song. Dun, 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 dun. Who are you going to call?
Piers Morgan!
Finally. I mean, considering all the stuff that has gone on this week, to find a Zimbabwean comedian doing sketches like that and not being seen on TV. Instead, we have people like Little Britain where they take the mick out of I've forgotten the young man's David.
Willie Bolly.
Yeah, I mean, Keith Lemon did some jokes,
But
about
they all
Craig
say
David,
sorry
and
now. They're all
unfortunately,
sorry.
no, well, I must admit, Keith Lemon actually did say sorry. Takes me back to Christmas dinner. Well done, Joe. How you doing, man? Takes him back to Christmas dinner. I'm glad it does. But this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of people who grew the Black British industry of entertainment, and I want another guy to share the screen with us right now. And this guy has done so much for Black entertainment, such as yourself, Glenda. Yeah, that I think we should be talking about some of the issues of the day and how it's affected us. So let's let's bring in the one and only Mr. Tipper Irie. Hello, darling. Oh, hello,
darling.
Hello, darling.
Darling.
Good looking. Hello. I used to walk around in the clubs there, going, "Hello, darling." Hello,
and they ran out. Everybody, I remember that.
Darling. It was you,
no wonder
man.
why they ran away. Sorry.
It was you. It was Mr. Tipper Irie.
How you doing, Rudy?
Bruv, I'm doing all the better for seeing you. I
Glenda.
must admit, Tipper, you put on a few pounds, man. What happened? You put on a few pounds.
Well, from them days there, I think I was about 19 in that clip, 19, 20. So I'm a few years on from that now. So, I think they call it a middle-age spread. Hello, Denise. Hello, darling.
You call it a middle-age spread.
Still got that 12-inch.
You can make enough money on that, Denise. You can make enough money on that on the internet.
That was a great time for me, Rudy. You know what I mean? Because at that time, there wasn't many Black people on the TV.
There was none. There was only Trevor McDonald. Come on, man. Trevor McDonald, exactly. Lenny Henry. Before that, if it weren't what's it, Mr. Norman Beaton? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That was who else did he really?
Kenny Lynch, did he? Was he going
What's the guy from was it Love Thy Neighbor?
Oh, we're talking. Oh, you know what? His name came up last week as well. His name came up. He's gonna kill me for not remembering his name, man. It was the Taverniers in EastEnders. It was in EastEnders, man.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure someone's gonna put up his name for us in a minute.
I think Eddie, they honoured him the other day. I got invited actually, but I couldn't do it.
Rudolph Walker.
Yeah.
Rudolph, that's right. It was Rudolph Walker.
Sarah would have killed me if I didn't remember that.
But the thing is though, is that you guys were like the griots of the time. You guys were the people who were spreading around the news. You was going up and down the motorway and everything.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, entertaining everybody. I mean, at the age of, what was it like back then? Because I was what they call a box boy. I was the guy.
Well, I was like you. I was like you. Obviously, my dad had a sound, and then my cousins, they were in sounds. Okay. And so they realized my talent from early. And then they brought me, I was in this sound called Mikey Dread. I don't know if you remember the singer Mikey Dread, but,
I do remember the singer Mikey Dread.
But there's a sound now called MJR Roadshow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that sound Caribbean Weekender, Glenda. The guy that does Caribbean Weekender, Mikey.
Yeah, I thought I knew that, yeah.
Yeah, he was a cousin of Cecil from King Tubby's. So my cousin, my cousin introduced me to Mikey. I was in Mikey's town running about as a little youth, lifting the boxes and whatever. And then Mikey brought me to King Tubby's. And then that's where I started to get my apprenticeship, lifting in the boxes like yourself, carrying it. And then obviously when the sound was up, then I went on the mic, and then I started to get popular on the local sounds, them in Brixton, all around the area like that. And then it just kind of took off from there. I went from there to Saxon, and then I met Maxi Priest.
But Saxon is another story altogether, isn't it? Saxon is another story because
that's another episode.
I think that's something all by itself, because now we're talking about Smiley culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about all them man there.
Got Maxi Priest, Roger Robin, Daddy Colonel, Rusty, Sandy, Neville Morrison, Miss Irie. It was like an academy of artists, academy. And it was amazing times. We used to play against Java.
Yeah, because I was in Java.
Java, yeah. So
no, you were the boxing, Rudy.
You know something though, Glenn, the problem that us lot had as comedians though was that you lot was able to entertain the audience without even seeing them. You lot just spitting bars, you were spitting lyrics.
Yeah.
And because it was in a dark nightclub, it was like how are we going to introduce the comedians? You get me? And they used to ask us to stand next to the box, stand next to the box, and then just pull up the music. Pull up the music and give me the mic.
One day, me and Special P was in a dance, and they were rubbing and they were clubbing, and I'm saying to Special, let's just go home. Let's don't do it, and the man said, all right, everybody stop there, stop dance. They're gonna tell 2 jokes now. They weren't having it, you know what I mean? I don't care. Don't pay me. Let me go.
This is what I mean. There's a kind of like a time and a place for everything. And sometimes, as an artist, as a professional artist, you look at because sometimes promoters want to put you in an event where it's a dance. It's not a show. No. You know what I mean? So and then now people are dancing with their misses. They're having a good time just listening to music. They're in their zone. And then all of a sudden, make a stop. And yes, Tipper, why you think to sing? And right now, them not ready for you.
They're not ready.
Them no want that right now. Them want that. Because you imagine if you're locked down with a girl, and remember, sometimes in them times there, you don't even know that person. You might be in a blues dance and you're dead there, you're locked down, and
you're locked down.
All of a sudden, the dance stop, and say there's somebody. This man you want to tell some joke? No, sir. Me want to dance with the girl. Me don't want to listen to your joke right now.
Oh my God, I know that one.
Those were some hard times, man. I'm telling you.
The respect was there. The respect was there because we delivered. We give it to them. You gotta take it to them. As an artist.
Tipper, you delivered it to the point where you ended up writing for Rice and who I'm calling him? Rice and Peas.
Who's that?
Will.i.am and all them boys, because you ain't because you're
Rice
not.
And Peas.
This is what I'm
Black Eyed Peas.
You are not you're not a normal DJ, bruv. You're not a slack DJ. You're not a slack. You get me? You're conscious about what you're doing. I mean,
sorry, brother. If you think about it, from the 80s, in the 80s, I had Hello Darling, right? And then in the night, I also had Ragamuffin Girl, which went
I remember that tune there.
Yeah, with Rita Hanningale. Then I had Superwoman, which was a Karen White tune, what Winsome sang back. And I complimented it with her. And then that went to #1 as well. And then, in the 90s, I had Stress with Lloyd Brown. Do you know that tune, The Stress, where the woman them are giving stress? You don't remember that? Yeah.
I was just dancing. I don't know who sang it. I was just rubbing in the corner.
You girls used to love that though.
And It's a Love Thing. Remember that tune? It's a Love Thing. With Lloyd Brown as well. These tunes will went #1. And then in the 2000s now, me lick them with Hey Mama with the Black Eyed Peas. You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
I
so
like that song.
Yeah,
But the thing is that you wrote, and you actually, did you get credit? Did you get credited for that?
Yeah, I did. I was very blessed to be in America at the right time. You know?
Okay.
Right.
And I was doing a show. I was doing a show in San Diego, you know, doing a show in San Diego, and I got a call from a friend of mine, and she said that Will I Am heard me on a track what I did for somebody else. So at the time, Sean Paul and Wayne Wonder, they had tunes that were in the mainstream. You know what I mean?
Well,
So because no, but you know them tunes, they were, you know, at that time Sean Paul was huge, and Wayne Wonder had that tune Letting Go, Never Let Go. You know,
but
the Peas wanted a dancehall flavor on one of their tracks, so they called me.
But you know what I think?
And I delivered.
You know why I think they called you, Tipper? I think they called you because you're authentic and that you actually represent something, right? A lot of entertainers seem to, for one reason or the other, want to either become big and bossy,
quick time,
move out of the area,
buy a house, don't talk to you,
move over to America,
yeah.
But your music always seems to remind us that we can take some sort of pride out of being Black British, and I want to demonstrate this, right? Jim, could you play one of his recent tracks that's now coming out, please?
I'm a black man, I'm an African, and my parents are Jamaican, and I grew up in a London, so you know I know where I'm coming from. I'm a black man, I'm an African, and my parents are Jamaican, and I grew up in a London, so you know I know where I'm coming from. I know where I'm coming from, I know where I'm going. It's a positive energy. I keep on showing respect myself, respect my roots, and respect my ancestors. Can't forget Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, and Robert Nesta. Teach us to educate our sisters and our brother. Teach us to unify and support one another. One God, one aim, and one destiny. How that's how we want in our community. So, well, I'm a black man, I'm an African, and my parents are Jamaican, and we grew up in a London, so you know I know where I'm coming from.
Yep, you hear that? This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I am talking about, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
You that all the time now, I'm a black man.
This is not about talking about the gal them and calling them bitches and whores and all them kind of things there. You understand what I'm saying?
What I mean? It's like coming from the natural continent, the motherland with natural resources, minerals and diamond. You understand? It's like,
good morning, Bob Baker. I love those kind of lyrics because I kind of feel that the playlists that are being played on Radio 1 and all the others, you know, it's all about America. It's all about shooting. It's all about gangsterism. It's all about bravado, you know. And the thing is that most of the community are not made up of those type of people. You understand?
Absolutely.
And I think it's because we don't really control our narrative. You know, we never see ourselves in a positive light. Could you bring up the image of Mr. Patrick Hutchinson, please? We never actually see ourselves in a positive light. And I think it's time that we started seeing each other in a positive light. I mean, that there is what you call a black man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's a black man taking on issues, taking on things. I mean, I had comedians who were actually doing stuff about, oh, look, he's stealing a white man. Oh, look, he's stealing a white man. And I thought, so that's what you see.
No, because they think they got they've got to make a joke about everything like that.
Everything. And it's
everything
like,
is a joke. It's not a joke.
Well, what that is a brother showing he went there if you look at it, he went there to actually to fight against that person. You know? Because that's what he went, not to, you know, maybe not went there physically, but if it came to it, he would have dealt with it physically. But what he did was show compassion. You know what I mean?
Don't you think that's what we've been doing for 400 years? We've been showing
Yeah.
compassion. We've
Yeah.
been saying,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
all right, you beat us, all right, and we've been keeping our dignity. All right, boof. All right,
Absolutely.
all right, you've been raping my mum. All right, boof. You get me?
Yeah.
And we've
Yeah.
stood up to it, and we've said to ourselves, all we really want is equality. We just want to be
And
treated.
respect.
That's it.
We just
We
want to
don't
have
want
a
revenge.
no. I think
we don't want revenge. We just want equal rights. A plain, you know, why hasn't somebody, if you look at it, somebody like Glenda, Slim, yourself, Richard Blackwood, Richard has had a, 1 and 2 opportunities. Angela Marr, Curtis Walker. I'm reading off comedians that if you all got together, that's a lovely sitcom.
yeah, but
You
the
know?
thing is
Why-
that
Why
when we
why
did,
haven't you guys got a sitcom?
well, this is it.
You
This
know?
is the thing: is that when we did the Real McCoy,
Yeah.
all right, which was a sketch show.
Hi,
Oh,
Joe.
were we 5 when that was on? Was I 5 when that was out? Yeah?
I wasn't even born then.
You
I
know,
thought
through
you
the
You know what I mean?
you know, through what they call a pram. I remember the push chair.
Yeah, I was in my plan. But that's how long ago it was, my brother. You know what I mean? That's how long ago it was. That, you know, been a few brothers that had a little opportunity here and there. But really and truly, you know, you guys supposed to be having your own stuff going on BBC and all of these channels. But it's
We
not
know
happening.
that.
You know,
I know it's not.
and that's institutional racism, and it's the same with the music. You know, it's the
Okay.
same
Get
with the
bringing
music.
now.
You know, my tunes, them. I've got loads. I know if Radio 1 and all these channels played my tunes, people would love it. They love it because I know because I travel up and down the country,
This
just like
is
you guys
what
are
I'm saying.
doing the comedy clubs.
This
I
is
go
what
up
I'm
and down the
saying.
country where there's no black people
At
and
all.
shows them
At all.
at all, and the people them are rocking and they're like,
they
oh
love
my
it. Yeah.
god,
Yeah.
they love
That's
it.
because they have what they call gatekeepers, you know, and the
Yeah.
gatekeepers are the producers, etc., who decide that they're going to make a decision on what the UK population will find palatable. And when you try to explain to them that I've been to Devon, I've been to Portsmouth,
Yeah.
I've been to Scotland, I've been to Northampton, I've been in Hull, I've been in Middlesbrough, yeah, and I've entertained these people, and they actually love what we're coming, and they're more connected than disconnected, you know.
Yeah.
And but the narrative seems to be on TV is that, oh, we can't write, we're not educated, you know, we ain't got our voice would not be understood. You know, the only way that we're going to be understood is if we're perceived as being thugs, or if we, because what I really found amazing this week, right, was the silence from the tabloids, all right, when it came to the demonstration that took place. They didn't call them thugs. They called them counter protesters. Counter protesters. And I want you to bring up the video clip, because this is how they protest. This is how they protest. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Did you see that?
Come on.
Listen, I tell you something. For me, that was a circus. I took out my Bacardi and Coke, yeah? I even built a spliff. Me not lie.
Yeah,
I sat down and built a spliff, and I said, this is entertainment. This is entertainment of its highest value. You know?
It frightens the life out of me, these things there now. I'm getting very scared.
Did it frighten you? It frightens
me. Everything's frightening me now. Before, you know, I mean, after I seen the police do what he done and blatantly done it on the telly, killed the man blatantly, didn't care, even though they said we're filming you, he done it. As a parent, I am more scared than ever because I'm worried about the black man gonna do something, our own black people to each other. Then I've got the white man gonna do something to us. They don't. It's not just about kids. They can throw me down in the street and kill me. You know what I mean? I'm walking. I'm going. Well, who am I? Who? You know, you want the police to protect you, and then you got your black man. You're walking there. That's the same one that could talk to you. That's the one that could take your son out. You know,
Yeah,
eat in your house, talk, sit down, laugh with you. And I know people who've done that. They were
I
in the
think
house last week, and I'm frightened. I
I
mean, I'm
think I think
laughing.
that's one thing that we do have to. I think we have to put our hand up that we do have a problem when it comes to the youngsters and the way in which there are not enough fathers looking after and playing their jobs as role models. Really,
Yeah,
you
because
know.
I've got a tune called "Big People." We are the big people now,
Mm.
you know, and basically the tune is saying that we as the around my age group, I'm in my middle 50s now, you know what I mean, we have to we are the ones that have to take under the wing our youths under our wing and guide them and try to
Well,
show them
that's what they
the
said.
right
That's what
way,
one boy
you
said
know
to
what I
No,
me.
but
mean.
Yeah.
come on. I think it's time that we bigged ourselves up because I think that we did that. Do you know why there were hardly any black youth there? The reason why there was hardly
Yeah,
any black youth there was because the
Oh,
elders
yeah.
and the mums and the dads started communicating with one another. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
this
not going
yeah,
internet,
there. Where you
this
going?
this
You're not
internet
going.
thing is wicked because the information got around so quickly. People were sending
yeah.
one another information saying, "Listen, talk to you, them, tell them, say them now,
Yeah.
go on no riot. When I want to tell
That's
them I
right.
no riot."
No,
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
But
One
Rudy,
hundred
sorry
and
to
that was
cut
because of the
you.
elders. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you two, right? But you know, you just said about they should have more father father
mother
in
role model together. Yeah,
I brought up on my own. I had no dad. Me and my mom. So you know, my mom taught me what my dad would have taught me. You can
Okay.
have a man in the family house
I
that
agree.
knows who's fucking worse than the man them in the street.
I
There's a
agree.
lot of fathers. There's a lot of fathers out there that don't want to
yeah,
be old. They don't want to be a father.
No, I
So when
think
they
I think there's a bigger
yeah,
issue here. I think there's women who are
there's a lot of them
behaving.
want to talk
I
to their
think there's
child like
women
it is
who
in
are
one of them.
behaving in a way
Yeah,
that does not
yeah.
allow their black man to see their children. Right?
Sometimes.
I think there's a big story there that hasn't come out because I think that
Maybe the youth now. Now you're talking about now.
we've always wanted to look after our children. Okay, but the family courts, the way that they are structured today. Right, it's just a case of the woman's right, and then the man just gets fed up after a while. The man just gets fed
Sometimes.
up. Right? I know because I used to try and bring this up on the comedy on the comedy stage. It wasn't very it didn't go
yeah.
down very well with the girl them, with the women them.
Because they
It
do
never went
not,
down.
you're right. They don't want to hear
They
that.
don't want
They
to
know
hear
what
it.
they're doing.
They don't want to hear it.
Because
But you give them a
yeah, but
glass, you give them a glass of wine and a packet of fags and push them in a room, and it don't take too long before the whole story start come out. You
Comes
get
yeah,
me?
it
out.
happened. But I grew up where that generation, half the fathers weren't there, and it was nothing to do with the mum. It was the father
Yeah,
that don't want to be
yeah.
a dad. There's a man out there that just don't want to
Go.
be a
Yeah,
dad. And some of the men them I'll tell you that today, Rudy. Some of the men, they sit down with the youths and talk to them about why when I was your age and I was a cutter man and and they don't want to hear that. They
No,
don't
but
want to
I
hear
no,
that.
once again I come
no.
They
back
don't want
to
to.
once again I come back to and I say that's a reflection of some of the music that's been put out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Because I try my best. You know, I mean, the tunes them that I've got out right now. Yeah, for example, the tune that you just played was "I'm a African." Yeah, which is basically talking about me growing up in the UK as a black man. Yeah,
Right.
and then I've got another tune out called "The Thing," and the
Right.
thing.
Hold on. Before let me cut you, Tipper. Can we play that? I think we got a minute of that. Let's play that. Come.
A new world
They got it.
order, system and get out of order. Hey, I wasn't gonna do it, but we decided to make a tune about the thing. Now call it name, but enough life gone down the drain. Hey, I wasn't gonna do it, but we decided to make a tune about the thing. And we say we down to, I know what I'm talking about. Hey, I can't believe in my life I would have see this. When Babylon create a pandemic, I know everybody locked down in a house, quiet just like a church mouse. And me sing say, some say it is a hoax, some say the virus is real, But no matter what you think, me a standing on me yard. Cause who can hear them I go feel? I wasn't gonna do it, but me decide to make a tune about the thing. Nah, call it name, but enough life gone down the drain.
Hey, I wasn't going to do it.
Hey,
Do
This is what
it.
I'm talking
Let me
about.
talk
Yeah.
about the thing.
This is
The
pam,
team.
pam, 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 pam.
That's it.
That's what I call
That's it.
real
because-
talk. That's
Yeah,
what I
but
call
this is-
real
but
talk,
thi-
bro.
brother, you know, because I do my research and I look in, you know, there's a lot of, you know, conspiracy theories out there, if you want to call it that.
No,
You
from
know,
the time people say there's conspiracy theory, you know, for me personally, you know, there's
Yeah.
truth in it, because that means
Yeah.
that's something that they don't want you to know.
No,
And there's
exactly.
a reason why they don't want you to know. You know,
Exactly,
Bill Gates has a
exactly.
reason for being out there doing what he's doing.
I know, Denise,
Yeah.
isn't it a good song? Bad, 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 bad. Denise said
Thank
it's a
you.
bad song.
Yeah, you know, that's a hook. Yeah, thank you, Joe. But listen, what's that? Will Smith commenting on American rap being all about guns, gangsters,
gangsters and
and
you
said
don't
that
need
you
to
don't
make-
need to.
You don't. But the thing is though, Paul,
It
is
sells,
that
doesn't
that is
it?
the narrative they want to show
Yeah.
of black people, and those are the things that's dividing us, that's pushing us away, you know.
Yeah, because
like I said, the silence from the likes of Piers Morgan, the silence of the British press, the silence of the white middle classes about the disturbance that took place on Saturday. I mean, if that was black kids,
Yeah,
you know what,
innit?
it
it'd
would
be
have been
all over the
everywhere.
news.
Yeah.
It'll be, you know, every other 10 minutes.
But
you'll be seeing
they
it on the
were,
news.
sorry to cut you, Rudy. They were blatantly saying we're racist, and that's
And
who
we
they
like
went to
it.
Yeah, and we like it. They were blatantly singing that. You know
We're
what I mean?
racist, we're racist, and we like it. In fact, Jim,
Yeah.
put up the other clip with PC Blake. Look, please put that clip up for me, please. It's
Oh
an
my
image.
God.
It's an image.
He
No,
got
I
4
love this
weeks.
image. I love this image. It was sent out by Stan Collymore, and I think it's quite indicative of the
Oh,
protection
yeah.
people have of us. But the reality is, here you are saying that you want to come down and protect your statues, but you're pissing and vomiting on them. You're a
On
joker,
them, yeah.
mate. You're a joker.
And you only got 4 weeks.
You only got
Yeah.
4 weeks. You got 4
4
weeks,
weeks,
yeah.
4
You're
weeks.
pissing and you're vomiting on your own statues, yeah. You're doing salutes over
Statue, yeah.
Mr. Churchill, right? Who was fighting the Germans in the first place. You fucking.
And they blamed the 16 pints of beer he had. So fucking what? He done it.
16.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
It's
16 pints.
Yeah.
it shows that it just shows there's no dignity.
Disgraceful.
It's
Disgraceful.
upsetting.
Blatantly.
And it is
Blatant.
something. Think that the whole world order is changing now. I don't think the powers that be was expecting that there was going to be such a big response from black people globally, because I think this is what's happened here, is that one of the reasons why we get picked off the way we do is because we're disunited. We're not united. But now, if you mess about with one black man, France is going to kick off, Germany is going to kick off, Belgium is going to kick off. Do you understand what I mean? Whereas before, if it happened in England, it would just stay in England. This happened in America. It would have just stayed in America. But it's gone global.
I was told, am I? What color are you? Are you black or you? What are you, Glenn? What are you? What? Am I
Well.
mixed? What? Mixed?
Well, what are you?
Oh, you
That-
know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that-
you got-
I remember.
you know-
Yeah, I might. Your mum white. You did that. What the fuck?
But
And I had
you know,
that
I mean,
when I was younger. God.
yeah, I mean, Rudy, we're running out of time, but you know what, my brother, all I can say is that's why I write about things that are happening, you know, current affairs, if you like.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And even if you listen to the song, The Ting, you know, it's basically, you know, looking at all of the things what the government is doing, because there is a higher power behind this
Of course there is.
pandemic.
Of course there
You
is.
know,
Let's
there
talk about
is.
let's talk about the IMF. Let's talk about the World Bank. Let's talk about the finances of this world. The people who
Yeah.
financed World War II, etc. Let's really get into it. And let's I like going there. People say it's
No.
conspiracy theory, but this
No.
is my thing, Tipper, is that when I get up on stage, people will tell you this is the sort of comedy that I want to do. This is the sort of thing that I would want to talk about. Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can't do that in a dance.
Yeah. Well, But what I'm saying is,
yeah,
yeah. But when you got to think, you got to look at it, right? It's, you know, for me, it's just basically, it's about control. Yeah, it's about controlling the population and controlling us. You know what I mean? And basically, that is why, you know, because this pandemic, it didn't just it wasn't just
happen.
it wasn't something that happened naturally. It was something that was created, and it was created for a reason.
Of course it was.
So
of course it was.
So all of these implementations and things, what you see
happening
around in them, it's all distractions. You know, we had breakfast. You know, minimum. Look at Brexit. Yeah, it's still not sorted out. Or now, it's not sorted out. And then Corona came. Yeah.
Oh God.
Now then.
And then the riot.
Corona. Now it's Black Lives Matter. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then after this, now it's a race. You know, race war. And then the next thing you know, it's a second wave. Everybody, it's back.
It's time for the vaccine. It's time for the vaccine.
Yeah, but you know what? Another thing is.
Listen, I listen. I know. We're just getting into this, and I know we're really enjoying it. Yeah, but my show has kind of like run out of time, believe it or not, which has been very unfortunate. But you've been, you guys, you're entertaining. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I want to do. I want to entertain the public with real facts that's going on and have a laugh along the way. It'd be interesting to know what you've got coming up next, Mr. Irie, and how people can get hold of you.
I think Jim's putting it along the bottom, yeah. But obviously they can link me on Facebook, Tipper Irie. You know, just type in Tipper Irie Twitter, and you can see on the thing going across. They can go to my website, tipperirie.com. On the Friday, I'm gonna be doing Locked In live, yeah. So which is gonna be at the Hideaway in Streatham. So it's gonna be me, Omar, Don E, Flo. Yeah, Jumping Jack Frost, quite a lot of people. So it's a 2-day, 17/8. It's a 3-day festival at the Hideaway. All right.
So have we got a ticket? Have we really got a free ticket?
Yeah, you got a ticket, man. It's free. You just log in. It's online.
So it's online. It's online. Online.
So
that's what I'm saying. My only problem with this lockdown thing is people are getting too much shit for free. Too much.
Yeah.
Because I'll be doing a show on Thursday with Quincy called Father Issues. That's Quincy Comedian, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Lock in with Quincy. That'll be Thursday. You can catch me. In fact, I know, Glenda, please tell them how can they get hold of you, and where else can we see you apart from Harrow High Road? Outside Mississippi.
No, is it Mississippi? Queuing outside Iceland, cussing the man. Glenda Jackson. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. Please do keep in touch, people. Glenda Jackson, White people riot.
Known as the Duchess of comedy.
Because I'm old now. I've been old, breakfast.
There's nothing wrong with getting old. You get wise as you get older, right? All the youth them listen to you and they don't get caught up in a riot. Yeah, they don't end up pissing on statues. You know what I mean? So my thing is, ladies and gentlemen, please do join me. Join me and my company. Next week, I've got Chucky Venn from Casualty, and I've also got Angie. What am I saying, Angie? No, Annette Fagan. Another very funny.
Mad.
Thank you very much for tuning in once more. Tipper, thank you very much for your time. It's much appreciated. Glenda, I'm going to see you on the circuit, no doubt.
Okay.
And please, when you see some jerk chicken, leave some for me, yes? Come and know you in at the back of the green room, yes, sir. All right. Thank you very much.
I've got containers when I go out. Thank you. Bye.
Take care, guys.